I just built myself a little bushcraft bed. Hello everyone, this is Ryan and you're watching BURNWOOD Bushcraft. That was a couple days ago. I was out here relaxing in the woods, built myself a little bushcraft bench to sit on. Today I'm back here in this spot. Today I'm going to show you a new possibles pouch and a new paracord ridgeline system for a tarp setup that I'm going to keep in that possibles pouch. Let's start with the possibles pouch. This possibles pouch is made by FoxLite Gear. This is a nylon webbing using nylon seam binding and polyester thread, YKK zippers. It's a nice lightweight mesh possibles pouch. You can kind of see through it. Blaze orange, so it's highly visible. This thing is flawless. This is a medium size. You can pick this up on her website for about $20 minus shipping. I'll put the link to FoxLite Gear in the description. This is going to be my possibles pouch that stores my ridgeline system for a tarp setup. Now let's take a look at my paracord ridgeline system. So I have different lengths of paracord. Orange paracord because orange is more visible at night. All your tie-off pieces are more easy to see, so you're not tripping or clotheslining yourself in the middle of the night. And each one of the tie-off pieces has a little cheap carabiner on there. I have different lengths. I have about 10 feet and I have a couple that are about 25 feet. My ridge line is 25 feet and it has 3 prusik knots already attached. Also in this kit I have 6 tent stakes and a few extra carabiner clips. So let's go ahead and attach our ridge line to an anchor point, which is this tree. I just have an overhand knot with a big loop, and I'm using an overhand knot because I don't ever anticipate or want to untie this knot. I'm not trying to rescue anybody. I'm not trying to rescue this tree. Otherwise I would try to use a bowline knot, but this is going to be permanent. So here's my hank of paracord with the prusik knots already attached. We're just going to go around the tree, pass that whole thing through there, and now we're ready to walk to the other tree. Now we're on this end on the other tree. I'm going to take my prusik knots that are already attached to my ridge line. I'm going to slide those down and get them away. What I like to use is a taut line hitch. Taut line hitch allows me to adjust the tension by simply sliding the knot, pull it tight. Now we're all set and ready to hang up our tarp. So we're going to grab one of our prusik knots. Real quick to tie a prusik knot, I just have a length of paracord. It's about 1 foot long. I've got an overhand knot in the end of it. We're going to take the loop of that paracord and go behind the ridge line, pass the knot through. One time, that makes a lark's head. We want to keep going around through that loop. See, I'm keeping everything uniform right through there. Go through it 2 more times. And that is a proper prusik. And dress this knot up so that it gives you proper tension. I have the middle loop on the middle seam of my tarp. I've grabbed myself a couple sturdy sticks. Rest that prusik up and make sure it's nice and neat. All we're going to do is just pass the bottom of the prusik through the loop, stick in your toggle, and now we can move on to the other end. I'm going to pull this in tight. It's important to leave yourself enough slack here so that you can pull your prusiks tight. The way you make sure that you got plenty of slack on your ridgeline is make sure your trees are spaced apart far enough. And when you tie your taut line hitch, you want to make sure that you snug it up to the tree first with your ridgeline tight. That way, when you're pulling that thing tight, you're not decreasing the amount of space that you have in your ridgeline. Here's that middle prusik, and here's the middle tie out in the middle of my tarp. The tarp is tight enough that I don't need that. Even if I tried to do that, it's really not going to hold it that much. So it's not needed. Depending on which tarp configuration you're trying to do, the middle loop on your tarp can be used. Now it's time to use one of our tie outs. When wrapping up this hank of paracord, I make a clove hitch by making an X and sliding the running end through and pull it tight. So now I'll just take my carbiner, slide it through the loop of the tarp, and walk it to the tree that's going to be our anchor point. And here we just tie ourselves another taut line hitch. Me personally, I like a lot of headroom when I do my shelters. You can do your ridge line as low or as high as you want it by simply tying your ridge line lower or higher on the trees. So that's my ridge line setup that I just put together, and I got the possibles pouch just to keep everything organized and together, and it'll always be there for when I need it. I wanted to stop foaming with different lengths of paracord, and taking an hour to set up a tarp, I should be able to set a tarp up in 5 minutes or less. So this system hopefully is going to make sure I'm where I need to be. What you're about to see now is scene 2 of a short film that I've been making called On the Run. Why am I making a short film? I don't really know the answer. I don't know what gave me the idea to make a short film. My mind has all kinds of ideas going through it constantly, and I have to slow my mind down a lot. Like when I'm at work and I'm not outside, I'm constantly thinking, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? I'm just having fun with it. By me making this film, it's going to force me to try some different survival skills and do some things out there while I'm on the run that I've never done before. I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out. I hope you guys get something out of it and maybe learn something too at the same time. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of acting, but I'm finding that I'm enjoying it. And when I'm out there, when I get myself into the role, what goes through my head, I'm actually thinking like, what if I was in a situation like this? How am I going to handle it? What am I going to do? It's gearing my mind up for what if. Shout out Hiking Deep. Thank you for the bear patch. It's highly unlikely that I would run into a bear in my area, but if I did, I would probably scat right then and there in my BDU trousers. We're getting close. On the Run, scene 2.